Hello student, today we are going to create a JavaScript application to change picture after every 2 seconds. So you can see this demo application where after every 2 seconds the picture is changing of the slide, and also we can observe two buttons at the left side and the right side. So if we click any of this button, then also the picture will change. That you can see. If you click button, then the picture will change. If you click the left side button, then also the picture will change, right? So if you don't click any of this left right side two button, then also after every 2 seconds the picture will change. So this is a demo application which we are going to create today. So let us start. So we are going to work in this application. So you can see in this particular application we have created the structure using HTML and CSS, right? But the picture is not changing, right? So I will write the JavaScript program so that the picture will change after every 2 seconds, and also the picture will change if the user will click this left and right side button. So you can see over here I have already written the HTML and CSS tag. You can see what I have done. I have created a container. This is a container. Inside this container I have also created two separate div, left and right side div. Inside the left div I have created another div that is named as B1. Inside the B1 I have created another div that is B3. Here in the right side div I have created B2 div, ID is B2, and under that I have created another div that is named as B4. And also I have written the CSS over here, that you can see the CSS that I have written. So the design portion I am not going to explain it to you, because you can design by yourself. Whatever is your requirement, accordingly you will design. So design is not a very big issue, because in the HTML and CSS classes I have explained to you how you can create this sort of design, right? So you can design as per your requirement arises. So it could be as per your choice. So I am not going to explain you the design, the HTML and CSS. Just I will write the JavaScript program so that the change of picture will take place. So first I am going to write the function, on click function, to this button. You can see the black color button, so that the user will click this left and right side black color button and the picture will change. So you can see this B3, this is the black color button at the left side. So this black color button that we can see over here, that is a div, this particular div B3, right? And here the right side black color button, that is this particular div which is written by the ID B4. So those two div will be identified by B3 and B4. So where I have written the CSS, that you can see for B3 and B4 I have written the CSS, and the color I have given black. This is black color, code of black color. So now in this B3 div I am going to add a function. See, on click function, right? This is left side black color button. Here I am going to add a function. Function name will be left, right? So this is the function name, right? So when user will click this black color left side div, then this function, on click function, will be called, right? And for this particular div I am going to create another function name. So you can see RIGHT. So when the user will click this right side black color div, then this function will call. This function will perform the task that I am going to define. Just see, right div. So in these two separate div that I have taken as a button, right? So on click event I have added to these two div, B3 and B4, right? ID I have given B3 and B4. These two div will be recognized as B3 div and B4 div. So when I am going to click, or any of the user is going to click on this particular div, then this function will be called. And if the user click this particular div, then this function will be called. Now let us write the function in the JavaScript. So here I will write script, right? Script. Now here I am going to write the program. So first I have to define the function, function, function left, right? So when the user will click here, if the user will click to this button, that is this left side black color button, that is this particular div where I have defined the function left. So let us write down the task for this left function, right? Now here I will write document dot get element by id, right? Document dot get element by id container. Why I have written container? Let me show you. This container is nothing but the ID of the main div. Just see, this is the main div, right? This div will be recognized by the ID container, right? That means this main div, right, where I have applied the background picture. Now you can see in the CSS, see container div with 600px, height 400px, that is the main div with 600px and height 400px. And you can see I have set a background picture, right, and background size I have given 100%. So I am going to access this div, that is the main div, by calling by id method, get element by id container. So I am going to access this main div, right? If user will click this left side button, that time this function will operate, where get element by id method will be called to access the main div, right? So I have called by the id that you can see over here. Now what I am going to do over here? So here I will write, just see, dot, right, dot style, style dot background image, image, right? Here the value I have to write URL, right, 1.jpg, right, 1.jpg. Let us see over here, just see. So in this folder I already have 5 picture, 1 2 3 4 5. Now you can see the name of these 5 pictures: 1.jpg, 2.jpg, 3.jpg, 4.jpg and 5.jpg, right? So by default we have here in the container we have set the background image, that is 5.jpg. But now what I have written over here, that when user will click this button, that is the left side black color button, then this function will be called, left function, right? And in the JavaScript I have declared that the task of this function, if this function will be called, then what will happen? The background color will change. Whose background color? Container background color, and that will be set to background, not the background color, the background image. So the background image will change, and this will be the background image, URL 1.jpg. This will be the background image, right? 1.jpg. But by default the background image was 5.jpg, right? But when user will click to the left side button, the background image will change. This will be the background image, right? Now let me just check. So you can see by default this is the background image, that is 5.jpg. Now if I click this button, now you can see the background image has been changed. Why the background image has been changed? Only because here I have written the background image will be 1.jpg. If the user click to the left side button, that time this function will operate and the background image will change. Now just let me write the function for the right, RIGHT. So this particular function, that means if user will click here the right side button, that is this button, then right function will be called, and if right function will be called, then what will happen? The background image will change to 2. So this will be the background image. So let me execute. Okay, this is the default background image, that is, you can see over here 5.jpg for the container background image that has been applied by default. Now if user click the left side button, then you can see the background image will change, that is 1.jpg. Now if user click the right side button, then right function will take place. If user click the right side button, that is this particular button, then right function will operate and the picture will change. This picture will be load. This picture will replace the earlier picture. Let us see. Right? Now there are 5 pictures. There are not single picture. There are 5 pictures. All the pictures should appear one after another. Right? Now for that I need to assign a variable. So here I will assign a variable var, variable x, right? And I will assign the value of the variable, that is 0. So I have assigned the variable x and also I have assigned the value for that variable, that is 0. Now if user click the left side button, then this particular function will be called, right? And then what will happen? X will be x plus 1. The value of x will be incremented. The value of x will be incremented every time the user will click the button. So let me show you. Just let me show you. Now if I write here ALERT, 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 alert. So you can see one thing, that I have removed that code to change the picture. I have just written the alert, and inside the alert I will write the value of x, right? So that I can show you that whenever I will click to this left side button, every time the value of x will increment. Let me show you. Now if I click here, you can see every time the value will increment. See, 1, again I will click 2, again I will click 3, again I will click 4. So if I go on clicking to this left side button, you can see the value is increasing, right? It became 8, it became 9, it became 10, right? So every time the x value will be incremented, right? Now see, what I will be doing over here. here I will write if x less than equal to 1, right? Then the background picture will be 1.jpg, right? Have you understood? X value will increment every time when the user will click the left side button. Now we are going to check if the value of x that is less than equal to 1, then this particular image will be loaded. This particular image will load, right, in the background. The background image will set to 1.jpg, right? Now if I write here else if x equal to 2, then what will happen? The background image will be set to 2.jpg. So now if x will be 3, then the background image will be 3. So we know that every time the user will click the button, there will be increment of value of x. Now the value of x will be checked. So as the value of x will increase, the background will change, right? Now if I write here x equal to 4, if x will be 4, then this picture will be taken. Now else right, else now you can see what I have written. If x will be less than equal to 1, then the background picture will be 1.jpg. If x will be 2, then the background picture will be 2. If x will be 3, the background picture will be 3. If x will be 4, the background picture will be 4. Otherwise, if all this condition does not satisfy, the background picture will be 5. So right, so this is how it will work. When user will click the left side button, then this will work, right? So if user will click the left side button, I will write x minus 1, right? X minus 1. So it will decrement the value of x, right? It will decrement the value of x. Now for the right side, what I will be doing, I will just copy all the code, just see, and I will paste it over here. Now x will be x plus 1 for the right side. X will be x plus 1. Now let me show you here. So for the right side I have written x is x plus 1. That means if user click this right side black color button, every time the value of x will increment every time, right? And the value of x will be checked. If the value of x will be less than equal to 1, then you can see the image will be 1, and accordingly this is how it will work. If x is 4, the image will be 4.jpg. Otherwise, if the x value will be more than 4, that means else, you can see the image will be 5. And now you can see we have 5 images, and we already have applied for the 5 images, right? Now if I go here and click this right side button, now you can see the image is changing. But now after changing all the 5 images. It is not changing further, right? Now let me show you here by using the alert. Let me just show you by the alert here. If I write the value of x, let me show you. Just see, picture is changing. Now you can see the value is 5. Now if I click here, the value is 6. If I click here, the value is 7. So every time I am just clicking the value of x, that is increasing. Every time you can see increment will happen every time user will click the right side button, right? Every time we are going to have the increment, right? But you can see over here, after 5 we don't have any further images. We want to again come back and show these images. Okay, only 5 images are there, and those images we have to show repeatedly. To do that, I will write here. You can see here I am going to write that x equal to 0. The value of x will be again assigned to 0, right? If the value of x will again become 0, again increment will happen. Let me show you. So I will copy the alert from here. I will put it over here so that you can see the value, right? I will show you the value every time. So let me show you. So see, I will click here. This you can see the value of alert is 1, right? Picture has changed. Again I will click. The value of alert is 2. Picture has changed. Again I will click here. The value of alert is 3. Picture has changed. Again I will click here. 4. Picture has changed. 5. Picture has changed. Now if I click here, you can see again 1. Again 1. Picture has changed. It became this picture. As I written over here that after this, if x will be 5, that means if x will be more than 4, that means else, right? The value of x will be again 0. Again the thing will happen. Again it will start incrementing 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again it will become 0, right? I hope you have understood. Now for the left side also I have to write something. You can see for the left side what I have done, x equal to x minus 1. That means decrement will happen. If I click here, decrement will happen. Now you can see that if I click here, only the picture will change once. After that the picture will not change. Why? Because x will be every time x minus 1, right? Now if I write here alert to show you the value of x, I will show you the value of x. Let me show you. Now if I click here, now the value is minus 1, right? Now again if I click here, the value is minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So you can see every time the x is less than 1. Every time the x is less than 1, right? That is why these conditions are not working. Every time only this conditions is working. X is less than equal to minus 1, not minus 1, 1. That means the picture will be always 1.jpg. The picture will not change. For that I have to write something over here. Just see here. I will write x equal to 6, right? X will be 6. Now every time I will click x will be decrement. Now if the value of x become less than 1, that is 0 or minus 1, less than 1 means 0 or minus 1, then this condition will apply and two thing will happen. It will operate two tasks. The value of x that will be assigned to 6, the value of x will become 6, right, and the picture will change to 1.jpg. Now assume if the value of x will be 6, then this condition will apply. You can see the value of x is not less than 1, not less than 2, not less than 3, and not even less than 4. Here the value will be assigned to 6, then this condition will apply, right, and what will happen, this image will be assigned at the background, right. Now after that again user will click the left side button. If user will click the left side button, increment will happen, x will be x minus 1, that means the value will become 4, right, then this picture will assign. After that again decrement will happen, user will click to the button, left side button, x will be x minus 1, value will be 3, then this picture will assign. In this way again when the value will be less than or equal to 1, this picture will be assigned at the background, and also x value will be again assigned to 6, and in this way this will play a loop. Let us see. If I click here, you can see minus 1, right. Minus 1 means automatically first the picture will be set to 1.jpg, and not only that, x value will be become 6. That means after that if I click, this condition will operate, the picture will change, and after that it will again decrement and it will picture will go on changing. Just let us see. So if you want to see the value, I will just do one thing. I will copy this alert and I will paste it to each and every condition so that I can show you the decrement of value. Just let me show you. Now you can see if I click here, 1 minus 1, picture has changed and x value became 6. Again I clicked here, x value decremented, it became 5, right, picture changed. Again x value decremented to 4, picture also had changed. Again x value decremented, it became 3, picture has changed. Again if I click here, the value of x become 2 and picture has changed. If I click again, you can see decrement of x, value became 1, picture has changed. If I click again, you can see again increment, picture again increment, and the value of x became 6. After 6 I have clicked here, it became 5, right. So this is how it will work. I hope you have understood. Now let me show you. Now if I go and click here, you can see picture is changing. Now if I click here, in value will increment and picture will change, right. Value will increment and picture will change. Every time the picture will change, that you can see over here, right. So here when I am clicking to the right side button, value of x, that is incrementing by 1, and accordingly whichever picture I have assigned to the matching value, that picture is getting fit in the background. And if I going to click here, the value of x will decrement, and according to the picture that I have assigned to the range of value, that will set to the background. You can see, right. I hope you have understood how to execute this left and right function, right. Now I will write JavaScript program so that automatic after 1 or 2 or 3 seconds or even 5 seconds the picture will change. Automatically the picture will change after few seconds, right. So for that I am going to use the function that is set interval, set interval, that is a method, right. here I will write function picture change, peak change. I have written peak change. Here I will write 2 seconds. For writing the 2 seconds, here we need to mention milliseconds. 2 seconds means 2000 milliseconds, right? 2 seconds means 2000 milliseconds. Now here I will define the task for this declared function. This is the function, right? This is the function. Now I am going to write the task for this given function, right? So now what this function will do? This function will perform something after every 2 seconds. If I write alert, if I write just alert over here, and inside this if I write hello, now let us see. Now you can see that after every 2 seconds this alert will appear, right? After every 2 seconds this alert written this text hello will appear, right? Now instead of this message I want to change the picture, right? I want to change the picture after every 2 seconds. For that, what I will be doing over here, just see. Here I will declare a variable, right? The variable will be says I variable I have declared, right? And value I have given, that is value of I has been initialized by 1, right? Now what will happen? Every time this function will operate, every 2 seconds this function will operate, every 2 seconds this function will be called. And here I will do something. Here I will write I equal to I plus 1. That means what will happen? Every 2 seconds I value will increment. So let me show in the alert, ALERT. Just let me show you the same in the alert. If I write the value of I over here, now just let us see. Every 2 seconds I value will increment, and that we can see in the alert. Just let me execute. See, 2, again see, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So let me assign the value 0 and it will start incrementing from 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, right? Now I will remove this alert. Okay, so my purpose was to show you the change of value. That is why I have taken alert, to show you that the value is changing. Okay, so that we can understand that every time, every 2 seconds I will increment. So to show you that I have used the alert. Now I will change the picture. Just see. So here what I will be doing, just see. I will simply copy this, all the code, right? And here I will write the same here, right? Now value of I, that will be changing, and here I will write instead of x I, right? So instead of x I will just change the value. I will write I. Now let us understand. So it is quite clear the value of I will increment. Now if the value of I will be less than equal to 1, that means if the value of I will be 0, then what will happen? Then this picture will be set to the background 1.jpg, right? Automatically the value of I will change after every 2 seconds. We did not require to click any button, right? Then in that time period, if the value of I will be less than equal to 1, then this picture will be set to the background of the container. Now if the value will be 2, then this picture will set accordingly. You can see value of I, right, till the value of I will be 4, this picture will be set. Now if the value of I will increment further, if the value of I will be 5, I will be 5 then, or 6, then this picture will be set to the background of the container. Now what will happen? After the value of I will go and increment to 5, what will happen? Here I have to write that I equal to 0. Now I will become 0 again. So if the value of I will become 5, that time I value will become 0, so that it can again continue from 0. Otherwise it will go and continue after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but we don't have any further picture, right? So at the last condition, after we see this picture that will be set to the background of the container, with that particular change of picture function, I value will be assigned to 0, so that again we will come back to here. I will be less than equal to 1, that time this operation will take place. That means background picture will set to 1, right? Now let me show you how it execute. Now if I just refresh, now see, after every 2 seconds the picture will change. After every 2 seconds, right, it will go on changing. After changing the 5 picture, it will again loop back and show the first picture. Just see, after every 2 seconds it will change the picture, right? Now if I click here, then also picture will change. See, because we have both the functions. We have the on click event function that I have applied for both the left side and right side picture, and also we have set the time interval function to change the picture after every 2 seconds. I want to change the picture after every 5 seconds, so I have to write here 5000. That means after every 5000 milliseconds, or you can say after every 5 seconds, this function will be called, and if this function will be called, then this set of operation will execute. You can see I value will increment, and according to the increment or decrement of I value, I have set the picture of the background container, right? You can see it will operate like a loop. I value will go on increment. I value will be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, if it becomes 5, again it will become 0, and again it will loop back to the first condition, right? Okay, so let us see over here. See, after every 5 seconds the picture will change. See, after every 5 seconds. Previously it was changing after 2 seconds. Now I have changed it to 5000 milliseconds. That is why after every 5 seconds the picture is changing. In between I can also change the picture manually by clicking this, by clicking the left side button, right side button, right? Because you can see I have also these two functions, left function, right, left function, right function, and also this automatic change, picture changing function, right? I hope you have understood whatever I taught you today to change the background picture or whatever picture, or you can also change textual content, you can change the message, whatever you want you can change in this same way. This is the this is one of the process to change anything. I have shown you by just changing the picture, but instead of changing picture you can do anything, right? So depending on the time interval method, depending on the on click method, you can execute this process to do whatever you wish to design or incorporate in your website. So I hope you have understood, and and let us end today's class, and I will suggest you to share this video with your friend, so that whatever I taught you today in this class, your friend can also be benefited by the lecture. So this is very important class. If you don't understand, then you should slowly pause the video and write the code in your text editor and execute the same. Okay, so that I will like to advise you, that you pause the video in between every time, after every step I execute, and you write down the same in your text editor. Okay, execute the same slowly you execute and pause the video and see whatever I am writing. You write the same in your text editor, execute, see the output, understand what is happening, and then you see again the video, again you pause the video, and again you execute the same. In this way, slowly if you can run, you can understand what I have done here. Okay, so I hope you have understood, and I will again tell you that if you have not subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe the channel, so that whenever I will upload new videos, you can be notified, because I will continue to upload videos. So many things which I know, I will share my knowledge with you. So thank you for paying attention, and let me end the lecture today. Thank you.